the calls.
You'll eventually get the 20% back. That Silver Connect card is going to pay her co-payments. Remicade, I believe, is an injectable, and her hospitalization co-payments. And tell them to turn his Part B on. All right, let's get into some important stuff. The Affordable Care Act. Right now, there is a big push to the next open enrollment, which starts in October, and it will run through December. And then the deadline will be new applications for the 1st of January. You right now are what we call in lock-in. The same with Medicare. You're in a lock-in period, L-O-C-K-in. You're in lock-in, like basically in jail. So the only way to get coverage, people are saying to me, I need to get coverage. Either you're turning 26 and your plan is being dropped, or your employer is going through renewal and they are choosing with the ridiculous 30% rate increases that are happening, and they are honestly happening. We called it. It's not. The only affordability part of this whole act was the advanced premium tax credits, the APTCs that people are getting, but the employer on the other side is getting killed. Why? People ask me, I was at a physician's office yesterday, no names for HIPAA, but they're asking me, what's with the rate increase? Notoriously in the old days, before the Affordable Care Act, women, unfortunately it's awful for the women, they would be charged for maternity, and the male rate would be much lower because there was no maternal cost in there. So, notoriously, Connecticut was a very female-friendly carrier. Anthem was known as non-female friendly. They're still a great name. United Healthcare, Oxford is a much lower price than some of the industry these days. Cigna, going through CBIA, had a program. They were competitive on one of their $25 copay plans with a $40 specialist. But now the playing field has been completely leveled. It is now age 20 to 65 every year. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female. Your rate is the same. So when you're looking at a rate, it actually helps the people with 1 or 2 children, because if they were a full family, they would get whacked on the full family rate. But it really does. It's based on age. No longer can the young wife have insurance through her employer and save money for the family. Yesterday I had a client that was 10 years difference in age. The wife was 42, the husband was 52. You can't do that any longer. It's based solely on your age for every age bracket. So for those HR directors out there that are seeing these rate increases, I do feel for you. I understand what's going on. I can thoroughly explain it. There's 2 choices. One is called a voluntary, and one is called involuntary. If you voluntarily drop your coverage, you are not eligible to join a plan on the exchange now. For an involuntary loss of coverage, you may join the exchange. It's called an SEP, a special election period, or special enrollment period. The E is election or enrollment. It's not a law. There's no bylines or guidelines on this, so whatever you want to say. But the SEP will give you 60 days to determine coverage. Again, go through an agent. You don't always have to buy from me, but go through your local insurance agent. Don't just buy on the exchange, because now I have 5 clients that want me to be their agent. In the past couple weeks, it's come up because, A, they did the tax credit wrong. The premium for a friend of mine is $372. They're making $23,000. But what happened is the person included their family's income in their household, even though the parents have coverage through their employer. So please go through an agent. There's no difference in premium. We make 2% commission. The girls always bash me on this. We're making $16. 2%. It's $9. It's called taxes, ladies. We pay taxes on that $16. You don't take home the whole $16. You take home the $9.38. So I'd like to congratulate a coworker of mine, Kristen, no last name, but she passed her licensing exam. Jean has always been brilliant for 20 years. That's a no-brainer. She's smarter than I am. But Kristen studied hard. She passed her test. I give her a lot of credit. So any of you young people out there, I'm not young. I'm 45. But I'd say from 20 to 28, perfect age bracket. Kristen speaks your language, your tech talk, your hipness. I'm not hip whatsoever. I only allow a half hour on the iTablet or whatever it's called. My best friend and I just had a good vacation on Martha's Vineyard, so hello to them. Thank you so much for making an incredible effort. And, you know, in life you learn things. People can parent differently, and that's okay. Just because I allow a half hour doesn't mean that everyone should have to follow to that standard. Their child, she or he, is brilliant. And I honestly saw it when we had a discussion. He's like, look, no big deal. You know, they get burned out a little bit after. And the kid is burned out. So his daughter or son plays with it for a few minutes and has enough of it and puts it down. Me, I've withheld it for so long that now it's a pure addiction for him. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I didn't. I'm not that firm of a believer of technology. I think it's hurting the conversation people are having. If you go to a wedding, you'll see the younger kids these days on their tablets and pads and the phones. And myself, personally, I feel it's hurting their communication skills. Other people are allowed their opinion. That's the beauty about life. So I had a little paradigm shift. He's my best friend. His wife is one of my best friends. It's okay to disagree on certain subjects. That's what makes us human. Ferris and I don't see eye to eye on everything. Penny and the Andy and I don't see eye to eye on everything. But I love the guy. He's a good, faithful listener. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a little long-term care. We are going to talk about Aetna, AETNA. They are canceling not a few, thousands and thousands of people because their plan was not Affordable Care Act compliant. We'll discuss that when we get back. Talk to you in a few minutes.